Yo, it's Friday night, 9 p.m. sharp. You know what time it is.
NarcoCop and Timmy T hitting you with that Lambo energy.
He's Mike by name, but the streets call NarcoCop. Used to bust dealers, now he's busting long shots. Retired badge, now he's bad with the bets. Octagon fiend, cashing slips, no regrets. Friday night fight, Seki poured on ice. Lambo Plays podcast, breaking down the price. Got parlays, KO, subs in round 3. Split decision magic, cash it like a G. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KO's to be round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. Tim Troiano, lotion in hand. Tennis coach by day, fight fan of the land. Watching WMMA, yeah, you know the drill. Playing with himself, just joking, but still. Impressions fly, Katona in the house. Roses Jr. squeaking, Tim's loud like a mouse. Cornholio vibes, he's stealing the show. Narcos like bruh, but they still go toe to toe. Round 2 chaos, round 3 gold. Split decisions, bets unfold. Side case sipping, parlays lit. Lambo energy, never quit. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KOSOB round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. NarcoCop, Timmy T, Friday nights, yes. A Lambo Plays podcast, where long shots live large and splits hit harder. We out. We out. We out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to NarcoCop MMA. This is the Lambo Plays podcast, episode 154, UFC Qatar. I'm your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Timothy Troiano. Timothy, UFC Qatar, early start, 14 fights. Are you excited for the card? We have a week off next week, which is, I think it's a much-needed break, but yeah, how do you feel about the card in general?
I think it's got a couple of good fights. I'm not too super pumped. I do like the early cards. I will say that, but I struggled this week with finding some Lambos like going back and forth. I really did. So it'd be interesting, hear some of your takes, because I'm on the fence on a bunch of them, and I don't think there are a bunch of really great ones. So hopefully we can chop it up and figure out what's the best moves for the people here.
Yeah, UFC Qatar, a lot of some new fighters, a lot of unknowns, a lot of Middle Eastern or Western, Europe descent. So there's a bunch of different people. I guess I read something where this card had the most fighters from different countries ever in the UFC, which when I look at it, they're probably every single fight has a different flag. So yeah, it seems like there is a bunch of fighters here that are unknown, unknown from different countries, stuff like that. All right. First off, let me get to business. I am streaming on Kick now as well. So if you're on Kick or you want to follow on Kick, it's NarcoCop MMA over there. I am streaming there as well, just in case. It's one of those where I just need another streaming platform where, in case things go south, we can always have a streaming platform there. Obviously, I'm on Twitter and YouTube as well. And then going forward, I will be downloading everything. I'm trying to download everything to Spotify as well. So on Spotify, You can find it under Lambo Plays Podcast or NarcoCop MMA. Whatever you search there, you can find it. So if you can, if you listen to Spotify, go over there, give me a follow there, and that would help me, you know, maybe get the algorithm up a little on Spotify. All right. With that being said, let me go over to my chat. Shout out my chat. We got 14 fights, so we need to get through these. Azure, let's effing go. Should be a banging card. Excited to hear your takes, NarcoCop and Tim. Thank you as always. So thank you very much, Azure. Mushroom says, what's up, Narco and Tim? 12 hours, 55 minutes, and 42.3 seconds until violence. I like that. The guy went down to 42.3 seconds, Tim. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Jackie Blaine, blessed is my TV screen on this Friday evening. Thank you, NarcoCop and Tim. I call cards like these coffee and donut cards. 7 a.m. start. Wow. Jackie Blaine, 7 a.m.? You got to be in Cali or something, because I'm 8 a.m. here in AZ, so I'm assuming he's West Coast. Haymaker, what's up, my friend? Thank you for joining. Eric Will, what is up, Narco and Timmy? Joseph, what's up? Narco is on Bilal. We will talk about that. Dirty Leads says, let's get it. MMA Tard says, we tuned the F in. Vinny Diaz, need the whisper bets this week. Let's go. Yeah, last week, boys. I mean, I don't really pat myself on the shoulder week after week on the show, but Ethan Ewing last week, how about that? Where are all the guys that were shitting on me when I was saying Ethan Ewing in here? Because I had a bunch of people laughing at me saying, this guy is not better than, I mean, that guy is the shit. Ethan Ewing by decision, 13-1, came through for us. All right, Dirty Leads. Listen to the man. Hit the like button, please. Appreciate that. Craig Crowley, what's up, my friend? Thank you for joining. Double Flush won 2,000 on the whisper bet, and we just talked about that. Let's effing go. MMA Tart says, I went all in on an LFA dog. I might just be stung up in the closet for the landlord to find when I miss a week of rent. That is bad. Do not do that, guys. Do not freaking do that, please. All right. What else do we got here? We got a lot of people in here today. Jonathan Everett, let's get it. I never cared about MMA until I joined Narco's Discord. This, we know what he's saying, is fire. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Really appreciate the shout out. Dude, Discord it's lit in there. I'm telling you guys, it really is. Daz, let's go violence. Why do I see a bunch of like different names? Why is Daz 777 now? There's a bunch of other people like in here. I think Dirty Leads is probably Dirty Germ, and a lot of different names in here. I don't know what's going on. All right. Timothy Johnson, what up, though? Gamblestein, how are you doing as well? Look at this. Look. This has got to be Glenbot, right? And it's Glenn O'Shea.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird this week.
What the heck is going on today with the algorithm with YouTube? Mata says, Narco with a 2-day notice, plus 1,200, sweet whisper in my ear. Turned my night around. Thank you, big dog. Appreciate you, Mata. Who else do we have here? Joel's. Look at this. His name is Joel's 1232 now. What is going on? Barely made it. Had to take the girl's car tonight to work, and the thing can only get up to 120. It ain't no Supra. Let's go, boys. Oh, Tim, we solved it. Joel needs to take his girl's car. It doesn't go over 120. We figured it out. Joel, you got to put the Supra away, bro. Like, we can't have you going 160 coming home to make the show. It's not going to work, bro. Like, you know, God forbid something bad's going to happen and I'm going to feel guilty. You know, this guy is flying to make the show so he can get on live. So listen, I think going forward, you need to take the girl's car. That's it. Real estate creation would you like many viewers? Let's make this popular. Oh, I don't know. That's from Kick. Holy moly. Champion 2719 Lambo plays. It's a wild parade. We're all, oh boy, why did I even bring this up? Jesus Christ, I missed out there. Felipe on here says, let's go. Mitchell Hooper, what's up, Narco? What's up, Rudy Carrillo? Tim, you know who this is? This is the guy that did my office, bro. Rudy from CR Glass did this beautiful piece right here. It's closed off, all glass, amazing work, great pricing. So I really appreciate Rudy. Yeah, man, if you're out here in Arizona, hit me up. I will give you his number. Great work. And honestly, if you need an office with glass work, custom glass, it's amazing. Really nice work done by him. Mitchell Hooper, I failed the Ethan decision 14-1. I failed the Ethan decision 14-1, but only had $10 on it. But you had money on it. You didn't fail. That's not failing. Failing is not playing it.
Mistyped. I think he said tailed.
Oh, I tailed. Okay, all right. See, that's why I have Tim here. That's why I fucking have Tim here. I got a drink in my hand, so of course I can't figure it out. You know, Tim. DA07 says, "Let's get the Qatar rub for the Lambo plays tomorrow." Champion, where's the lotion? No lotion this week. No women's fights on this card. It's in Qatar. Asan says, "Let's effing go, my friend." Joseph Curry, let's go into the off week with some solid bets. Who else is in here? Huge call on the Ewing decision by Ingy. Smash the like, says Mushroom. Jason C, we in here, Narco C. That's a kick stream right there, Tim. I just got a kick viewer. What else do we have here? Vinny Diaz, what's up, my friend? Hermansson being doubted, says Nicholas Barrett. Gabriel Hunt Huber says, "Let's effing go." You called it, go. Weird. There's a lot of people in here. A lot of comments. I love it. T-Carp says, "Let's go, Narco and Tim. Finally catching this live. Let's have a day tomorrow. That would be so nice." Left C Jack says, "Let's go from Kick." Appreciate you, my man. Breeze Master, you guys been extra locked in lately. We've been cashing pre and live the last few months. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Bro, when we are locked in, the books are in trouble. And guess what? We are effing locked the hell in. So I can tell you the books are in trouble. The Tasteful Thickness says, "Got this." LFA on and the stream. Let's go. All right, Tim. 260 live viewers. Kick this baby up. We need at least 600-700, maybe 800, maybe 1,000. Where's my people from Qatar, Tim? They got to be watching this show. Like, this is their card, right? So we're going to start here. First fight of the night. It is in the heavyweight division. It is the 6-1 Denzel Freeman versus the 6-0 Merrick Bujlo. Current line, Denzel Freeman minus 210, and the comeback on Merrick Bujlo plus 180. You can kick us off here on the heavyweight fight.
Yeah, heavyweights. You're gonna get some variance in these types of fights. Both these guys are grapplers that want to fight to the ground. Freeman is a better striker when he has. In some of the tape that I've seen him striking, he's functional on the feet. I don't think Merrick is functional on the feet at all, except if that function is getting hit and getting pieced up. It doesn't really have anything standing. Freeman, to me, is a better wrestler, and he's just bigger, just physically just bigger. And I just think, like, this is going to be a tough fight for Merrick to get to the ground. I don't think that it's, like, super easy. I'm not saying, like, Freeman's takedown defense and wrestling is, like, unbeatable. He did get taken down in some of his fights, but they were definitely better takedown attempts than the ones that I saw from Merrick. Merrick just, like, body lock fucking, like, it fell on guys, basically. Like, it was pretty bad. I just don't think he's going to get that type of takedown in this fight. And I feel like when standing, he's probably going to get brutalized. Don't really know his durability, but I'm going to go early KOs here for Freeman. Could be on the feet, could be ground and pound. KO1 is plus 320. KO2 is plus 600. I think it happens probably in the first 7.5 minutes. I think if it goes over 7.5, it's probably greasy decision, like not a greasy decision, but like just a slobber knocker that goes, somehow goes. Two heavyweights that are just fat. So yeah, give me the early KOs for Freeman here. I think he's a more well-rounded fighter.
All right. Before I go and give my breakdown on this fight, I will say my boy Tyler Gates. Can I get a Fight News shout out? I'll share it in the Discord. Tyler Gates, heavyweight. I think he's going to make his pro debut as a friend of mine. Really good guy. He's out there in Colorado, so he trains in Colorado. So apparently there's Fight News coming out. I want to get, I'm guessing, I don't know, but I think it's going to be his pro debut as a heavyweight. So we'll see what happens. He's also given his takes here. Freeman's body lock takedowns are insane. He trains, by the way, he trains with Freeman out there in Colorado. So what he's telling you here in chat is probably accurate, guys, because he trains out there with him. He's in heavyweight as well. So he would know about Freeman's takedown. For me here, it's like this Merritt guy, I watched him, and he's fighting Tim. He's fighting at least I will say, he's not fighting the dishwasher. He's fighting the bricklayer, the construction guy that's tearing down the fucking bathrooms. And I don't know who the other guy is. I failed to find his Facebook. I didn't know what he did, but it wasn't MMA. So like these guys that he's fighting are god awful, terrible fighters. I mean, he's getting body locked. They're like falling. They're literally keeling over. It's not even like a takedown. Some of these, they're literally keeling over on their backs. He's getting on top. He's throwing, elbows straight downwards, which is good. No one's throwing these things, and they're legal now, but he's throwing them. He has decent ground and pound. I guess he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Not really sure what kind of black belt he is, but the problem is, Tim, get this here. The guy's never been past 2 minutes in his career. Not past 2 minutes. I think that might be a first in 6 fights. He's never been past 2 minutes. We don't know what his cardio is like. It's probably god awful from his, like, the way he looks. It's probably terrible. The other thing is, like, body lock takedowns against a Greco-Roman wrestler like Denzel Freeman is just not happening. Like, I've seen Freeman getting taken down. Don't get me wrong, because I think it was the fight on PFL where he fought Pinson. He got taken down. I think Kunha might have taken him down too, but they're going down to his legs. And I don't know, this Bujlo guy is going to be able to go down to the legs. He looks unathletic, slow, big. He cannot strike for shit, it looks like. So this is, for me, Denzel Freeman. Denzel Freeman, by the way, I had it written down, Tim. I had him down as a minus like 250 before the line came out. And when the line came out, I missed it, but he was a dog. He was plus like 170, 180. I missed it. That's an absolute hammer bet for me. If I could have got in the right amount. Obviously they don't let you get in much, but I like him here. I think I'm just gonna go 1-2. Honestly, could be a sub against this guy. That's the reason why I didn't play KO, is because, like, who knows what this guy subbed? Like, if he gets him in the arm triangle, what does this guy do? Tap? Probably. So round 1 is plus 250, which is awful. And round 2 is plus 430. Sorry. I think it happens in round 1 or 2. Like, if you combine those, it's like plus 100, maybe 125. I think it happens in 1-2. I think he finishes this guy. Guy's never been past a minute 40. Freeman has decent cardio. He's been to minutes. It's a better fighter, more athletic, better wrestler, you name it. This is Denzel Freeman for me. But again, it's 2 heavyweights. And both of them, honestly, they don't have a lot of experience. Even Freeman is only 6-1. So let's see what we have in our chat. Anything interesting? Yeah, everybody's on. Basically, I'm Freeman. Freeman. The other guy worked at Subway, says Fireside. What kind of sandwich did he make for you?
No, that's fake news. He was an elementary's cross guard. So that's was his job. I looked it up.
All right. Well, that's fake news, dude. Like, why didn't you tell me he does that? All right. Fight number 2, Tim. It is in the lightweight division. It is the 10-0 Nurullo Aliev versus the 12-1-1 newcomer Shamrock. Current price Aliev minus 280, Shamrock plus 240. Listen, what do I think happens in this fight? I think it's Aliev decision a big portion of the time, honestly. But the line sucks. It's like minus 105 or something. I cannot give you that, right? What is Shamrock's path? Probably round 1. Like, I mean, when you look at this guy, Tim, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of his 12 wins are in round 1. And, you know, some of them are sub, some of, you know, I think he has like 1 KO or maybe 2. He needs to do it early. And Aliev is going to absolutely take him down. He's the way better wrestler. I've seen Shamrock get out physical easily against other not really good wrestlers. I just think Aliev is going to take him down, probably just grind him out, to be honest. But Shamrock round 1 is a plus 1,000. I mean, I think it's live, honestly, because the thing is with Aliev is I've seen him in deep submissions against there's a couple of them I've seen. The one against Alves, he was in a deep guillotine early and he got out of it. But against another guy, I think it's that Grebnev guy, Alexander Grebnev. He had him in an insanely deep triangle for a while in round 1. So I could see Shamrock getting, like, he has good jiu-jitsu. And, you know, if he gets him in a deep triangle, he might be able to finish it, you know. So I'm going to go with Shamrock round 1. I didn't do sub 1 because it's 12-1 compared to 10-1. I'm just going to go with round 1 at 10-1. Do I think it happens? No. I think Aliev wins by decision, but I think it's his path, honestly, and it's 10-1. So I'm going to take the shot there, a small shot at Shamrock round 1.
Yeah, out in the streets, they call it murder. Welcome to Shamrock. Yeah, I mean, I think this fight is kind of shitty for Lambos, like you said. I think a very high percentage of the time, actually, like there's probably value on minus 105 on decision for Aliev. Honestly, it's probably if these guys fought 100 times, I think he probably wins 65 plus as a decision. The thing that I'm gonna go with a different. I mean, he's like Aliev has been allergic to finishing guys, but I'm going to take a shot at his late round props here, just from what I saw from Shamrock than what I saw from Aliev. Like I just feel like Shamrock, like he seems to get really tired. He puts himself in bad positions trying to go for shitty subs, and I just think that that's going to allow Aliev, if he wants, and he may not want to, but like if he wants to, I think he'll be able to pass to like Mount and be able to take his back and things like that. So I think he probably grinds him out in round 1, and I'll take small stabs at the round 2 and round 3 props on Aliev at plus 1,000 and plus 1,600. Again, I think it's most likely a decision, but I think that he has thrown ground and pound. He has done some stuff, but it's just not. I just think like it's honestly, I think it's also from his UFC fights. I think it's also a little bit like against Selecki and against Alves. Like these are guys that are actually really dangerous on the bottom, and you have to like worry about what they're going to do. So I don't think that he's got to worry about that with Shamrock. So yeah, we'll go round 2 and round 3, 10-1 and 16-1 for Aliev.
Yeah, so the other thing with Shamrock is I think the guy thinks he's better than what he is, honestly, which like I'm listening to this guy's interview and it's like, oh, I'm going to kill him and do this. I'm like, who the hell are you killing? Like, what are you talking about? Like your wins are all by sub. You went to a draw against a guy, Arthur Lima, that 11-3-2 guy that, he's okay, but he's not like all that. And, Nathan Kelly early on, a couple of years back, he just ran right through him, like absolutely destroyed him. So Aliev is a good wrestler, man. He is a good wrestler. And I didn't like what I seen against, first of all, the Brazilian, the Arthur Lima guy, getting multiple takedowns on him. And then Joseph said it in chat here. Even last fight, man, he wasn't looking really good off his back against this Attila Korkmaz guy. So I don't think Korkmaz is a better grappler than Aliev. So I think he's in big trouble, honestly, in this fight. He's going to be on his back a lot. I don't know. I don't rate his striking much. He has good body kicks. He's got some decent body kicks and kicking game, but his hands suck, to be honest. I don't really like his hands. I don't rate it. So, yeah, I just think it's pretty much a decision, Aliev. Let's move on. Fight number 3. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 7-2 Ryan Loder versus the 24-8 Ismail Naurdiev. Tim, what do you got here?
This is a weird fight for me as well. I've been back and forth on this going, do I think, Naurdiev's going to KO him, or do I think that it's going to be a grind fest for Loder? It's pretty binary. I just think it's just honestly a real coin flip on what you like here. Loder is very hittable. If he doesn't get his wrestling going, he's not a good striker. That you can kind of rely on him. And I'm going to say this about another grappler that we're going to watch, like Loder, go out and just strike like Sean Brady and not shoot one takedown after I say this. But he seems to be a fighter that knows what he's good at and tries to get to the grappling as quick as possible, though. This fight, I feel like it's tough to grapple Naurdiev when he's fresh. And he seems to, the problem that I had when I'm eventually going to get to a Loder side. But I feel like, I think Loder's a better live bet in this fight than pre-flop. And I feel like it's going to take him time to get his game going. He could be getting his ass kicked, and it's just a question of if he can survive before he starts to turn the fight around. So I think that there's going to be a potential big live bet possibility or live number on him after he's getting his ass beat and not able to get takedowns. But I think 6-7 minutes into the fight, maybe 8 minutes into the fight, I think the fight will start to turn his way. And yeah, Fireside said it, I was initially on Naurdiev KO props, and then I watched taking Silva to a decision in the way that he was at is I'm like, this guy isn't necessarily going to kill dudes. So I'm going to go with Loder starting to turn around the fight at the end of the second round and maybe getting a takedown, starting to beat him up a little bit, and then potentially finding a finish in round 3 or a decision. I'm going to go round 3 is plus 1,200. Decision is plus 390. I think the decision covers him if he takes him down early as well. I think it's viable as well, but I think a late finish or a decision for Loder.
Yeah, I think there's multiple ways to play this. First off, I would not play Ryan Loder pre. I just think Naurdiev is a great round 1 fighter. You go back, yes, has he been finished in round 1? Sure. But man, he wins a lot of round 1s. When he's fresh, when he's explosive, he's got good takedown defense. He can grapple. He can strike. He has power. He's really good in round 1. Loder is quite the opposite in round 1, honestly. He's plotty. He's slow. Terrible striking defense. Terrible striking game in general. His striking is just absolutely pathetic. He's not a good striker. But I will give the guy credit. He will grind. He will grind and grind and grind for the entire 15 minutes. He does that. And he doesn't get discouraged with him taking that. He will keep attempting takedowns, clinching. He will keep doing that. So I will give him credit there. Like I said, there's multiple ways to play this fight. But honestly, from a money line perspective, why would you touch Ryan Loder pre-flop? Like, I think this plus 120 right now, 125, is going to be plus 300, 350, maybe even 400, right? And not to mention, I think he can get slept in round one against Naurdiev. So there's multiple ways to play this fight. That's the weird thing. I really don't have one solid way. I do think Ryan Loder could break this guy, man. This guy's cardio is god-awful. You know, Jung Young Park is good. Don't get me wrong. He's a good striker. He can grapple. He puts the pressure on. But there was like 3 different breaks in that fight, bro. And that long 5-minute break where he need him, somehow he's still gassed to shit in that fight, right? Bruno Silva fight, he didn't gas because Silva literally didn't offer anything, right? But when you watch all these other fights, bro, he's gassing in all these. He does not have good cardio. The other thing with Naurdiev is, I'll tell you, when you look at the weigh-ins, when you look at the guy should not be fighting at 85, bro. He's a 170-pounder, and he's lazy, or it's something going on that he's trying to go to 185. This guy's not an 85er. He's got a lot of fat around the belly. You know, he's always fought at 70 up until recently. The last couple of fights, he's now at 85. I have no idea why. This guy should not be fighting at 85. So the thing with Loder is, Tim, he doesn't have great wrestling. He doesn't really, I don't think he's got the best jiu-jitsu, but he will continue to fight. Like, if you watched a Valentin fight, I don't know how he got out of those, like, submissions, bro. Like, it was insane. I'm like, okay, he's tapping. He's done. Nope. He came out of it, and then he broke Valentin, you know. I honestly could see the same shit here. I think he can break Naurdiev. Just the way I picture it, the scenarios where Park got to the back in round 2 and 3 of Naurdiev, I think in those scenarios, Loder's a little bit more dangerous because he has the subs. He has a little bit better top game than Park, in my opinion, and he's heavier on top. So he's more of a grappler base than Park is, you know. So Loder 2-3 is 850 and 1400. I think it's like, it's a must click, guys. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's a must click because Naurdiev is a gasser. He's just a historic gasser. But Naurdiev round 1 KO is 7-1. I think it's very live, honestly. All 3 of those bets. I hate giving 3, but that's just how I play this fight. I don't think this fight goes to decision. I really don't think this fight is getting to decision. One of these guys is going to get finished. So, yeah, I like the under 2.5, Joseph. I played the under 2.5. I think it's a good bet at Pick'em. I was kind of surprised it was Pick'em, to be honest. I don't, maybe they're rating, you know, Naurdiev has gone to decision in his last 2. Maybe that's what it is. But like, why Loder, we saw him. He can't strike for shit, man. Naurdiev is going to kill him on the feet. I'm telling you guys, he's a way, way better striker. So I think he's the way better striker and way better wrestling when he's fresh. It's when he gasses, he just doesn't even know what the fuck to do anymore. So, yeah, I think there's 3 ways of playing this, honestly. And if you want to play this pre-flop, I would play Naurdiev at minus 135, 130, 140. And then you can play the other side. I'm almost sure the other side will be big plus money in round 1. So let's move on, Tim. Fight number 4. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 12-2 Beksat. Sorry, Almakhan versus the 6-1 Alexandra Topuria. This is a very good matchup. Topuria is blown out to minus 125. The comeback on Beksat is 105. Topuria is kind of an unknown, man. Like, does he have good boxing? Sure. Does he fight similar to his brother? Kind of, right? But, like, there's so many unknowns with this guy. He fight a guy, Colby Thickness, on short notice, who's an awful striker. He's an awful wrestler. I don't think he's good at anything, right? Colby Thickness. And he had some moments on the feet against Topuria because Topuria is so low volume, man. He's very low volume. He throws this overhand right way too much, man. See, and by the way, the biggest difference between Topuria and the striking and his brother is this guy loves to throw singular shots. He's throwing this overhand right way too often naked. He's not throwing jab, overhand right, left hook like his brother. He's throwing wait, counter overhand right. And he misses it like 90% of the time, you know? Beksat, on the other hand, like, I think he has really good striking, very, very diverse striking, kicking game, uppercuts, diverse. And honestly, I think he has a big speed advantage versus Topuria, like hand speed, foot speed. He's in and out a lot faster. I think he can, a lot of people seem to think Topuria can potentially grapple him. I don't know about that, honestly. I think Topuria can get back up. He can scramble back up. Beksat can scramble back up. He can stuff it. He bucked off. I don't know if you saw it. Nurmagomedov, Umar was on top of him in full mount and landing big shots. Elbows. I'm like, damn, he's going to quit. And you see him just put his hand on Umar and just chuck him off, bro. It was crazy. And he just stood right back up. So, like, when you look at these two guys, only one guy is proven to me, and that's Beksat. Topuria is unproven. He's not fought anybody. For him to be a favorite, and I've said this in my Discord, the only reason is that last name, Topuria. That is it. There's nothing else to tell you that this guy should be a favorite against a really good fighter, in my opinion, in Beksat. So I do think Topuria is probably durable like his brother. He's tough. Beksat by decision is plus 540, Tim. His split decision win is 14-1. I think those lines are just way off, man. They're way, way off. Almakhan can easily win a volume-based decision here. Easily. He throws a lot more volume than Topuria. So he has a power. I think Topuria has power as well, but I think people are the line makers are a little bit overrating the unders here, to be honest. I think this fight probably goes the distance a decent amount of time. And, they got the over-under here at 2.5 at Pick'em, plus money in some spots. I think that's probably good. I think this fight probably goes to very skilled fighters, but I think just one of them throws a lot more volume and is way more proven, and that's Beksat.
Just add N split and then do the trifecta for me. N split plus 650, Beksat points, and then split. I'm on it for the same exact reasons. I think he's got better volume. I was nodding my head when you said the speed. That just seems like the biggest difference to me. Like, he throws in combinations more. He seems to have much better footwork. I think that the huge difference when watching the Topuria brothers to me is like the footwork of Ilya is just elite, and his ability to cut guys off and get them where he wants is elite. And I just don't see that in his brother here. So, yeah, is there grappling potential? Yeah, maybe. But like, going up against Umar and getting grapple fucked by Umar is just a completely different deal here. I think honestly, not getting subbed by Umar in the positions that he was in and having the positions that he had for like 12 minutes of the fight, I think that shows that this guy can grapple. So we'll see. Obviously, I think if you're saying like which one of these fighters has smaller margins to win the fight, I think that's definitely Topuria. I think that there's, like upside, definite upside on the Beksat side. So yeah, give me that. Same thing, just adding the end split at plus 650. That's a huge line for end splits that we've been seeing recently.
Yeah, it's pretty big. All right, let's move on. Fight number 5. It is in the light heavyweight division. It is the 7-0 Abdulrahman Yakhyaev versus the 11-3 Rafael Cerqueira. Tim, you got this one.
I want to pass on this one so bad. Honestly, I'm going to be super short with this one. Yakhyaev under half a round plus 180. I think he could sub him. I think he could KO him. just go straight at this guy, let him shell up again. Yeah, just I don't want to go too deep into this one. Cerqueira is a fighter that I can't believe is still on the roster, to be honest. He's one of the worst to ever do it.
Yakhyaev's going to kill him. He's got good striking. He's got power. He can grapple. I'm just going to go round 1 KO. I mean, it sucks. I wouldn't even play it, to be honest. It's 132.
No chance. Yeah.
Plus 132. It sucks. I truly think he's just going to kill him. I don't think it's going to be sub because the way this guy shells up and just dies. You know, last fight he didn't die because my buddy Tim, can you mute it?
Yep.
My buddy Julius Walker can't really strike. So he's not a great striker. You know, he clinched a lot. So a lot of time went by. Julius still hurt him actually in that fight, but Yakhyaev can strike, man. He's got power, diversity, uppercuts. He's gonna KO him. I don't think it's sub, honestly, unless I don't even like. I just think he's gonna put him out and like drop him or something, and then this guy's gonna shell up and he's just gonna pounce on him. So KO1 plus 132. I usually hate these KO1s and this and that, but I think it's a severe mismatch. So let's move on. Fight number 6. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 25-9 Alex Perez versus the 22-3 Asu Almabayev. I think it's a close fight, man. I have a bet on Alex Perez at like plus 185, I believe, for 1 unit. The concern with Alex is obviously, you know, coming off of ACL surgery. It's not a great thing. I think he had a fracture also that he pulled out against Steve Erceg last time out. So that's not great. I don't know what the fracture was. If anybody in chat knows, you can put it in there. Maybe it was a hand. Okay, I'm not sure. But, you know, he pulled out there. So he's been out of the cage for like a year and a half. But, I mean, here's the thing. Alex Perez is elite at one thing, and that's takedown defense. He's got really, really good takedown defense. And for me, what made me take his side here is the Mokaev fight, man. Like, who's a better fighter overall, Asu Almabayev or Muhammad Mokaev? Who's the better grappler of the two? Muhammad Mokaev. So it's like, I look at Asu and it's like, if he competed really well with Muhammad Mokaev in a close fight, if you watch it back, it's not a one-sided fight. It's close. Why is Asu such a big favorite here? Like, Alex Perez still only 33. It's not like he's 50. You know what I'm saying? And if he stuffs takedowns, there's no way Asu Almabayev is covering this price. I'll tell you that right now, because Alex is going to walk him down. He's going to calf kick him. He's going to throw more volume, and I think he has more power of the two. So, I think this fight is going to be close in general because I do think Asu is a good fighter. So, fight ends in split at plus 500 on Bet Online. By the way, it's $1.50 off from DraftKings. DraftKings is plus 350. Bet Online is plus 500. So, I'm going to go with split decision here just in general at plus 500 on Bet Online for this fight. What do you have here, Tim?
Yeah, I think that's the way to go as well. The issue also for me on why I don't think it's like, there's multiple issues of why I don't think it's like a lock that even if Asu doesn't get takedowns and it's 15 minutes of striking, that end split isn't live is like we saw in the Mokaev fight. Like Perez doesn't do enough a lot of times in these striking fights. Like he just doesn't go for enough. He doesn't like put stamps on rounds. Honestly, I think like Perez could even take down Asu like if he wanted to. I think that if second that he does that, he could get guillotined. But like that's I think that the wrestling is pretty close, pretty comparable. The striking, I think on the opposite side, I feel like that's where Asu could win close decision too, is just like empty volume, just like being able, just doing more. And then you got, obviously we're in Qatar. So I think like there could be pretty clear pretty clear rounds where it's 60-40 for Perez, and they're not seeing it that way. So I think ends by split is fine. I don't hate Alex points or Alex split. I think if Alex wins, it's a decision. But yeah, I think those are good spots.
All right, let's move on. Fight number 7. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 22-2 Sagid Izagakhmaev. Izagakhmaev. What the fuck? Sagid Izagakhmaev. I think Izagakhmaev against the 23-6-1 Nicholas Dalby. You can kick that one off. I tried, Tim. I tried.
That was the best. Izagakhmaev. That's where we're gonna go. I'm just gonna do it.
Izagakhmaev. Okay, that's
oh, I'm dying, fellas. I'm dying. Yeah. So I think this fight is another one of these really interesting, like early for one fighter, later for another. I don't know where Dalby's at this point. He seems to be declining on his last fight, but I mean, he here's the thing about Dalby. The dude is like gonna be in Valhalla when he dies. Like they're gonna put a fucking sword in his hand. He's going straight to Valhalla. This guy's an absolute Viking. Like there's no doubt that this guy's like the type of fighter that when you want to bet on dogs and you want to bet on big dogs, and it's like this is the type of fighter that you want. Like a guy's going to go out and die on his shield, going to fight smart. If you're not going to let you get your game off, if you start to get your game off, he's going to clinch you. Just seems to fight smart. I think the last fight against Brown, I thought that was like, honestly, like one of the dumbest fights that he fought. Like when he started getting hurt, he just like engaged and paid for it. He does seem to just like the last few fights, he does seem to be putting himself in a lot of bad spots early. And I think in this fight, I think that he could potentially get subbed early. And if he doesn't get subbed early, and it's kind of similar to like the Bonfim fight. Like if he doesn't get subbed early, I think that he could start to like get his game off and potentially start to style on this guy a little bit and start to make him feel a little bit uncomfortable. I was looking at the submission prop, and I was like, I think you mentioned in the I saw it you mentioned in the Discord too. Like the submission prop for Sagid is like plus 390, and then the end sub is like where I'm seeing it's plus 350. Like there's no sense in just betting him by sub if that line is like that at this point. It just doesn't make any sense. So I just think like you gotta take 3 spots on this one. You gotta go ends by sub, Dalby 2, Dalby 3. 22-1, 30-1, plus 350. I think those are good spots. I think you and I are seeing eye to eye on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I played Dalby 2-3. I forgot the numbers, but 35-1 was round 3. I have to. Here's the thing that people are not mentioning in this fight. Like this Sagid guy has not fought in 3 years. Like he has a 3-year layoff from MMA, guys. His last fight was in November of 2022. So this is a 3-year layoff. Honestly, coming back, yes, is Dalby 41? Sure. But the guy has shown over and over again that his cardio is just insane. He will keep coming. He will keep throwing. And he will break guys. You know, he's broken guys before. And I think Sagid is better everywhere. I think he's the better wrestler. I think he's a better striker. But Gabriel Bonfim was better everywhere too, right? And he finished him. So the thing for me is here's like Dalby, I think if he survives kind of the early storm, one thing I will say, I have to mention this. This is very important in this fight. I've watched Sagid over and over. He gets held on the fence with his back to the fence way fucking too much. I've watched him in maybe 6 or 7 fights. He literally sits on his back on his fence for minutes on end. And honestly, that's the best spot for Dalby. He's going to elbow you. He's going to knee you. He's going to foot stomp you. He loves those positions if you just sit there. So I think Dalby honestly can have a lot of success in the clinch against the fence. He's got to watch out for like the wizard throw and throws from Sagid, because he is tricky with them. But man, he sits on the fence way too long for my liking, you know. And one thing I will say about him, his last like 3 fights, I feel like he's improved a little bit in 2022. Prior to that, I honestly wasn't impressed with his tape. I really wasn't. He's not your typical grappler, right? But he's not great at striking either. Like, he's low volume. I don't know how to rate his power even. I don't know if he has that much power. I think he has good submissions. He's really good, sneaky with his submissions. But I mean, 2-3 are so big. They're 25 and 3,000. I think fight. I gave it out in my Discord. Fight ends in sub. It was 425 on BetOnline. I think the line's gone now. But yeah, I mean, I think Sagid can sub Dalby because Dalby has not really faced good grapplers outside of Bonfim, who had, you know, his chances. But Sagid is tricky, and he's long, man. He's very long. So he could sneak something in against Dalby. So I wouldn't be surprised. But it's just the 2-3 is just so big that 3-year layoff, you know, coming back to face a guy that like Dalby that has like infinite cardio, I don't think it's the best fight to have, to be honest. I really don't. So I'm going to play those big numbers, and we'll see what happens. Moving on.
Who is Dalby fighting again? Who is Dalby fighting?
No. Fuck that. Fight number 8. It's in the featherweight division. It is the 11-0 Luke Riley versus the 15-3 Bogdan Grad. I was gonna bet Grad pre-tape. I think I thought Bogdan Grad is, you know, can maybe hurt Riley on the feet. He can take him down. But like watching back Bogdan Grad, it's the problem for Bogdan Grad is he's so flat-footed. He's very like mechanical. He fights like a robot, bro. He's so slow. And his entries are very bad. Like when he's trying to shoot takedowns, they're very bad. I don't like them. I will say is once he gets a hold of you, he's pretty strong. And I think if he gets a hold of Luke Riley, probably is going to take him down, because I don't think Riley's takedown defense is great. But I do think Riley can get up against him. And the main problem for Bogdan Grad in this fight is tracking Riley down. I don't think he's going to have an easy time tracking Riley down in a big cage. The other problem for Bogdan Grad is some of Riley's best strikes are nasty body shots. And if you go back and watch the Aswell fight in round 3, he got hurt to the body pretty fucking bad. It was, I don't want to say if it was Aswell or Naimov, but one of those fights, he got hurt to the body very bad, did Bogdan Grad. So the thing for me is here's like, you know, he went 3 rounds with Aswell, and I don't know if he won that fight, and he was getting busted up. The difference between Aswell and Riley is I think Riley has actual power in his hands. You know, he's got decent power in his hands, and he hits those body shots over and over and over. Those are going to zap you, dude. Those are going to zap you out. So I think Riley's going to find the finish, honestly. 2-3 here. 550, 750. They're not the best prices. I gave them out earlier. They were bigger, but I think he's going to finish him, honestly. I really do. Bogdan is also, you know, even if he gets takedowns, he's very sloppy. Like, he rushes to positions going for subs. He falls off. So even in those positions, he's making a lot of mistakes, man. And like, the thing is, Aswell, Alexander, and Naimov, all of those guys are pretty much plotters. They're not fast. They don't have great footwork, right? All of them are plotters. They're all boxers. This guy, Riley, has really good footwork, you know? So I think Grad is going to have a lot of trouble with footwork and speed here, man. He's going to have a lot of trouble with that, in my opinion. And even against Alexander, round 1, Grad looked like shit. He was getting out grappled. He was getting touched up. out grappled by Lucas Alexander is bad luck, So, yeah, I'm gonna go just Riley 2-3 here. I think he gets the job done.
Yeah, I wanted to get there early. I think the lines are terrible with the 2-3 on Riley. Honestly, like I think Grad is another one of these guys that are like just not as good of a dog as we were just talking about with Dalby, but another guy that just is going to die on his shield and no, he's just never going to quit and he'll fight through adversity. Like you said, he's very slow and like just kind of plodding, but I don't know, man. I just Riley for me, I just feel like there's certain vibes that he's giving me with like just Euro trash grappling. Like just he's a good striker. The thing about his striking too that is like I think he's a very good offensive striker. I think he's pretty hittable and pretty wild as well. And he throws multiple combinations to where I think that's where he might be able to get in range. You were going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying he's a very good striker. I disagree in a big way. I think Grad's a shit striker.
No, not Grad. I think Riley's a very good striker.
You said Grad, by the way. You said Grad, I thought.
Oh yeah. No, I think Riley's a very
Grad is a very good striker.
Riley. What I was saying, I must have misspoke. Riley's a very good striker offensively, but I don't think he's defensively responsible. I think that he's like willing to engage in fights and willing to like he doesn't overthrow, but like he throws in multiple combinations where it's just like he allows himself to get hit and he tests his chin versus his opponent's chin. I think he also is like he gives me like Euro trash grappling vibes, like pretty bad. Like I feel like there's going to be guys that can grapple him pretty easily, and I feel like he's outlasting guys that are having really good spots against him, and they just death gas, and then he fucking kills them. I just feel like Grad in this fight for me. There's two plays for me on this one for Grad. I'm probably going to sprinkle very small on both of them. I may even like. I think Grad by just grappling all fight at plus 550 decision is not bad, but the bigger one that I like is the Grad by sub. Like, give me Euro trash grappling to be subbed at plus 1100. I think that those aren't bad. I think that it's possible that, like you're saying, while trying to get up, he could give up his back and then Grad could sink in a choke or something like that. It's not something that you normally see like from him, but like you said, like he's actually like not. He's like submission over position. Like he's like the opposite of what you would want when you're like betting on guys like money lines wise, but not if you're betting an 11-1 submission prop. So,
yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean he could. I don't think Riley's a great grappler. I will say that. He's from those next gen guys with Paddy Pimblett, and most of them are pretty good, but I don't know. From what I've seen, I don't think he's a great grappler. Moving on, fight number 9. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 34-5 Kyoji Horiguchi versus the 17-2 Tagir Ulanbekov. Tim, we are back in the flyweight division.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think of this fight. I've probably been a little bit too high on Tagir in some of my last fights. I have cashed on him before. I've kind of like, I don't know. I've kind of like maybe overrated his wrestling a little bit, and his kind of like just maybe his strength because of the size that he comes into this weight class with. I've kind of overrated him just a little bit. I probably underrated his striking and probably overrated his grappling historically. Horiguchi is a dude that's, struggled his last few fights, fighting at 135. Now he's coming back to 125. Seems to be like a well-rounded fighter, just seems to be old and don't know where necessarily his durability is at. He seems to, like an NFL reference, he seems to be like a 5'10" speedy wide receiver that you're like, all right, this guy has no more burst left. So what is he really going to do? He relied on his speed. He relied on his quickness and ability to move to get out of trouble in striking. He used his quickness to like have success wrestling. And I just think that he doesn't really have that anymore. So I think that he's kind of like on a pretty steep decline. I think Tagir, I think Tagir inside the distance is like 3-1. His KO is plus 900. I think it's a sub, honestly, if he's going to finish him. I'm just kind of banking on the durability issues of Horiguchi recently. The sub is plus 460, so I was like $1.50 to get from ITD to sub doesn't seem as worth it to me. Just going ITD and then sprinkle small in the KO for me.
Yeah, that makes sense here. I'm going ITD as well. I just think Horiguchi's chin it looks like it looks kind of bad in his last fight. And the guy he fought was like 36 years old, which is not a good look. I don't think Zulu is very good as well. I mean, he's 16-8. His wins are against nobodies. And every time he steps up, he loses. So I don't think that guy is good, but he got takedowns against Horiguchi. He hurt Horiguchi multiple times. I just think it's a bad look for a guy, that's 35. He's coming off an injury also. Remember, he pulled out of the last fight. Apparently, he had a shoulder injury back in June, so he couldn't fight Ulanbekov. So, I don't think he had surgery on it from what I saw on IG. So he's coming back here. He was getting taken down against Patchy Mix in that fight. He's got taken down multiple times against Shinru until he got reversed and sub Shinru. Kubo got him down. I mean, you can get this guy down, and I think that's a bad sign against Tagir because Tagir's got really good grappling. He's long, but I also think Tagir can hurt him on the feet. Honestly, I think he can KO this guy. Tagir ITD plus 350, but I'm taking a stab at KO, man. It's 1150. Probably not going to knock him out. Fuck that line.
Where's 1150?
Rivers and Valleys. Yeah, I think the line's too big, man. I think he can hurt him. I think he can potentially KO him. I know he only has one KO, but I'm telling you, like I think Kyoji's chin looks like it's gone. It looks like it's gone. So I'm gonna take a shot there as well. So ITD on Ulanbekov and then KO at plus 1150. Moving on. Fight number 10. It is in the heavyweight division. It is the 15-2 Waldo Cortez Acosta versus the 14-1 Shamil Gaziev. Acosta on 2 days' notice, guys. Flying 18 hours. 10-hour time difference. So think about this. This guy left Arizona. He lives here in Arizona on Thursday or maybe late Wednesday. I don't know. This guy flew 18 hours, guys, a whole day almost, right? He got there and he went immediately to the weigh-ins. He made it there in time, like an hour before weigh-ins. Went to the weigh-ins, Tim, and now he's got a fight tomorrow morning. This guy has no chance for like resting, jet lag, time difference. The time difference is completely flipped. It's 10 hours. So when it's, they're fighting 8 o'clock here, right? It's probably later there, right? So his sleep schedule is all fucked up, man. Like, how is this guy going to sleep? You know what I'm saying? The other thing is he had to cut 12 pounds before you went out there. He said in an interview it was 277. He had to cut 12 pounds here before he left. So it's just like, it's a crazy situation for him, bro. And I was honestly very shocked to see that Waldo is a favorite in this fight. Like with this situation, I don't think he should be the favorite, man. It's crazy that he is. People love him. I think they're betting him. They love him. I don't think he should be the favorite in this fight. So for me, it's Waldo's tough. So I don't know if Gaziev is going to be able to finish him, but Gaziev decision is plus 550. I think that's a good look. Fight to end in split decision is plus 550. I think that's a good look. So I think both are good looks, but I like Gaziev decision more. I think he has grappling upside as well here. Honestly, I really do think he has grappling upside. I know Waldo has good takedown defense, but man, this guy's fucking legs are going to be jello, man. I'm telling you guys, they're going to be jello. It's not easy to just fucking get up and fly 18 hours to a whole different fucking time zone to fight. That it just doesn't work like that. So, for me, it's Gaziev decision plus 550 and ends in split. Tim?
Well, we're either going to be like fucking eating tomorrow or we're going to be like homeless tomorrow, because I'm seeing this fight the same way. We've seen a bunch of fights, actually, this card the same way. I was the same. I thought end split with a Waldo fight, you're never like in a bad spot betting end split in Waldo fights. Like the dude just fights very, very, very close. Doesn't separate a lot of times in rounds, gets hit. John Kelly, the man. And then Gaziev to me is just like fucking 7.5 to 8 minutes of like he can go at you hard, and then the next 3 minutes are 30% of what he was, and then the next 5 minutes he's got to survive. So I just that's pretty much it. I think cage push for Gaziev is live here as well. Maybe not takedowns necessarily. He might be able to get takedowns, but I think cage push is super live for him as well. So yeah, I would go my favorite Gaziev points plus 550, and split would be my next one, and then Gaziev split is plus 1400. So I think those are good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but man, minus 150 Cortez Acosta here is just, I have no idea. Like maybe I'm just like, I know Shamil's not great and his cardio is not great, but I find it hard to believe that Waldo's going to have better cardio tomorrow. I really do. I don't think he's going to have the better cardio of the two tomorrow. I think he's going to gas. His legs are going to be fucking shot to bits, with the jet lag and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. Moving on, fight number 11. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 24-9 Jack Hermansson versus the 14-2-1 Mektabek Orolbai. Tim, you got this one.
Yeah, the main thing for me in this fight is Mektabek coming up 15 pounds from 155 to 170. Jack coming down 15 pounds from 185 to 170. One of these dudes is just massive. One of these guys is small. They're both, Mektabek can strike. I don't think he's like a pure grappler, but dude wants to grapple for sure. And when it was just 15 minutes of striking for Mektabek versus even a guy like Rubeski, who's got T-Rex arms, Rubeski was hitting him all day long and connecting on him all day long, closed up his eye, wins a decision. He didn't have like a ton of grappling success in that fight either. I think against Medic, it took him, he got the sub. We were on the sub in that fight, but it wasn't like insta sub. It wasn't like insta takedown. Medic, I think, is quite shitty when it comes to wrestling and grappling. I just don't think it's going to be super easy to get Jack down. Like, I just think that, I just don't think it's going to be easy for him to get him down. I think Jack's a very good Greco-Roman wrestling. He's got just good body locks and takedowns himself. And I mean, for me, it's two props for me on this one. I think it's Hermansson points and Hermansson sub. Like, I think Hermansson's got a nasty fucking front choke series, nasty squeeze on guys that are going for bad takedowns against him. Happened more in earlier fights in his career. Haven't seen it as much recently, but he does have some nasty chokes. And then I just think just like minus a bonk, like minus like, his chin is just completely cooked at this point and he's coming down weight and he has just no fluid in his brain. Like, I don't think that this is like super, super close, like striking wise. I think this is like 60-40 Jack and he stays at range. Like he was beating RoboCop before he got nuked. Like he's beats a lot of these guys. He's beating Joe Pyfer. Like he took those shots and then outlasted him, kicked him, and stayed at range, frustrated Chris Curtis. Like all these guys are good strikers. Like he knows how to strike and he can grapple too. So Yeah, I like the Jack by sub is like 13-1. Credit to people who got in on like the 19-1 early in the week. And Jack by decision at 4-1 for me. I don't understand how this line is like goes to decision as -150 and the line is what it is. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I like Jack here. I mean, I took a shot. I am concerned with his chin. Like that knockout last one was really, really bad. Obviously, he's moving down. You sometimes question why some of these fighters make these late move downs in their career. Like because Jack is obviously not young. He's like 37. All of a sudden now he's never been to 170. Now he wants to fight at 170. And honestly, in his interview, you know, whether it's true or not, he said he just felt like, you know, he was winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one. And he was tired of, you know, alternating wins and losses. And he said, I just thought, you know, these guys just were a little bit bigger. They were hit a little bit harder. You know, they were maybe a little bit too big for him. And, you know, he made 170 and he looked fantastic. And I didn't bet this fight up until he made weight. Like I was like, I have to see him make weight. I have to see if he killed himself. But like he was like, I don't know if you watched the weigh-ins and the face-offs. He was super excited, like had all the energy, you know, cutting to 170. I thought he was going to be drained at least. No, man. He was like energized, fucking pumped up, like really happy. So I'm assuming this guy made a decision a while ago that he was going to cut to 170, not like, you know, when the fight got announced. This guy probably decided after, and he did say that. He said, after I got knocked out, I told myself I need to change something and I'm going to go down a weight class. So I'm assuming he tried it a while ago. He decided. Obviously, chin is still a concern, but man, when I watch Orolbai, I don't really think he has that much power. Honestly, I really don't. He's moving up a weight class, right? He's fought at 70 before, but there's a reason why this guy moved down at 55. I thought he was a tweener. He was one of those guys that was, you know, if there was a division of 160 or 165, he would be there. But 170 was a little bit too big for him, you know? So I think the problem for Orolbai is the strength advantage. You know, when I watch some of these fights, Elvis Brenner is like, you know, kind of taking you down, ragdolling you in round 3. Rebecki, you know, he's a strong guy, but it's at 55 and he's kind of out grappling you. It's, to me, it's like you're going to have a very hard time with Jack, man. Jack, the thing with Jack is if he's not like completely killed himself to make 70, which I don't think so from what I've seen, like he's going to be way stronger, bro. Like this guy was wrestling with Chimaev. Do you understand what Chimaev would do to Orolbai? You know what I'm saying? Like he would absolutely be tossing around like a doll. So I just think Jack's wrestling is going to hold up here. And then on the feet, I favor Jack. He's just like way more experienced. He's got more tools in the toolbox. And Orolbai, you know, he's a decent striker. I don't want to say he's bad, but how does he win 99% of his fights? Grappling. It's just, that's how he wins. So I like Jack here, man. Like if his chin is shot, so be it. He gets knocked out, so be it. But if this fight and his chin is not shot, this line's going to look way off. It's going to look like Jack should have been the favorite here. So
do you think that Jack even goes for takedowns here?
He could, maybe in the clinch, you know, maybe I don't know if he will.
But like you just said the Brenner. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like when he clinches him and he gets him into body locks, that's Jack's. That's the way he.
Jack's probably going to get on top of him. Yeah, I could see him get on top.
A beast on top too. He's going
to smash him if he gets on top. You see what Rebecca did to him? It's going to be 10 times worse.
That's why I like the sub. That's why I like the sub because I think that he could put him. He could put some elbows.
I'm thinking decision because this guy's like a mongoloid or whatever you want to call him. He doesn't die, but plus 350 decision is how I'm going with this fight.
Yeah, Orolbai was the star Orolbai was the star in Ice Age. You know that, right?
Yes. Fight number 12. It is in the light heavyweight division. It is the 20-8 Volkan Oezdemir versus the 17-5-1 Alonzo Menefield. I will kick this one off. I'm going Volkan KO 1-2 here, plus 195. I just think Menefield gets hurt in a lot of fights. He can hurt you as well, but I think the last couple of fights has kind of been a benefit to him because those guys just want to grapple. They're not very good strikers, C and Walker. But when you look at the last two before that, Mirzakhanov and Ulberg, they put him out. The thing with Volkan is he doesn't look like he hits hard, but he's got very heavy hands, man. Very, very heavy hands. And I will say, I think he can work calf kicks on Menefield, honestly, here. He's got nasty calf kicks when he throws them. I think he can work them here. I mean, would I be shocked if Alonso hurt Volkan? No. But I think he's way more durable than Alonso at this point in their career. So I'm gonna take Volkan KO 1-2 here at plus 195. I think he sparks him pretty early.
I have zero confidence in this pick. I think it could be Volkan early. I think it could be Volkan late. I think it could be Volkan any which way he wants. I think it could be Volkan decision. He could bring him to the Paul Craig land and stretch him along to a decision as well, and kind of worry about the power coming back from Menefield early. I have zero confidence in this one. So this is almost like a pass for me. Like this is a KO 3 or points for me. KO 3s plus 1,000, points plus 330. Not going to bet this fight though.
All right, let's move on. We're almost finished up here. Fight number 13. It is the co-main event, and it is in the welterweight division. It is the 24-4 Bilal Muhammad versus the 16-1 Ian Machado. Garry, you can have this one, Tim.
Well, last week we had the Martingale bet of the year. I think that this is equal Martingale bets here for Ian Garry by submission, and Ian Garry inside the distance. Inside the distance plus 310, sub is plus 1,100. I don't know. I'm gonna take a small stab. I think back take could be potential for Ian Garry. If he gets to the same spot, has a chance to get to the same spot that he was getting on. What's his face? I lost his name. Who did he fight last? Grappler.
Ian Garry, are you talking about?
Ian Garry. Yeah. Who is the
grappler? Was Shavkat?
Yeah, Shavkat. I can't believe it. I forgot his name. So yeah, Shavkat had an opportunity to sub him. He's had so many opportunities to sub guys. I think you're going to get Bilal trying to grapple here. And potential back take, potential front choke. Even I honestly think sub is just like the unicorn for me with Ian Garry, but at the same time, like I honestly think he could knock out Bilal. Like I think like similar the type of fighters that Ian actually knocks out are guys that try to run in quick against him, and then he like just slips and then counters him, and then like that's the shot I feel like he could either knock out Bilal or get ground and pound from that shot and set him up and knock him down, and then either take his neck or just ground and pound him. So I like ITD the best, obviously, but yeah, I'm gonna keep chasing dragon here with the submission prop at plus 1,100 as well.
Oh baby, back to the submission. Nah, I mean, I don't think I think Bilal is very hard to sub. He's got that like thick neck, short neck. He's a grappler. I think he'll gator roll out of anything. I find it very hard to see this guy Garry, who couldn't fucking sub a dead body in front of him in Neil Magny. He ain't subbing shit. That's how I feel. This guy ain't subbing shit. I'm telling you right now. So I'm going to take Bilal by split. I have one bet only. Bilal split plus 950. I think it's going to be a close fight if Bilal does his thing. He has to push a high pace and try to grapple his ass off. Shoot 1 million takedowns in 3 rounds. Keep going. Make it ugly. He needs to make this an ugly fight, period. He cannot make it clean. He cannot let this guy circle and kick and do his thing. Ugly fight. Get him down. And do your work. So yeah, I'm gonna play the plus 950 on Bilal here by split. All right, before we move on to the main event, 491 live viewers, please hit the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also, like I said in the beginning, I will be uploading this to Spotify. So if you guys want to listen to it back, or anybody wants to listen to it, it's going to be on Spotify as well. Also, my Discord down below, 25 a month. The best 25 you will ever spend, Tim, in your life is right there down below. All right, let's go on. Main event of the night. It is in the lightweight division. It is a 22-3 Arman Tsarukyan versus the 24-12 Dan the Hangman Hooker. I think this is Tsarukyan by like basically any way he wants, including decision. Like if he just wants to play with his food, it's probably going to be decision. But I think he's going to sub Dan Hooker. It's plus 360. I don't know what round. I just feel like he's grappling a lot. Like if you look at Arman Tsarukyan before, he never did these grappling competitions. All of a sudden in 2025, May grappled. May 30th grappled. September 19th grappled. What's going on with all this grappling? You know, so and I've seen a lot of deficiencies in Hooker's grappling. So a strong guy, a heavy top pressure guy like Arman, you know, Hooker's a tough guy. He's not going to quit, right? You're not going to just easily get him out of there. I feel like it's ground and pound into a submission, in my opinion. So plus 360 on a sub for Arman Tsarukyan here for me.
Yeah, dude, I think we're on like 10 of these 14 fights in the exact same props. I think the same thing. I think it's a power sub. I think it's like he could just beat the living shit out of him and do whatever, basically do whatever he wants. Like I think takedowns here. Like I know people want to bet Dan Hooker, like, and they want to take the shot on him because he's a dog and he's going to fight for your money. There's no doubt. Like we were there when he fought Gamrot. Like it's like really good. Obviously, I just don't think Gamrot and Arman are remotely close to the same type of grapplers. Like they're just like the opposite sides of the spectrum of grappling. You got like finesse, ankle pick, single leg, and then you got just power, just complete power, double. Like you're not doing anything. Like, and then when on top, one is just like way more dangerous on top. So yeah, I don't hate Kimura. I saw way too much sweaty palm. Kimura's plus 4,000. I don't hate that. Like that's a pretty good stab as well. Yeah, I think the sub really could happen in any round. So I'm not going to take a shot on the rounds. I was thinking like 2, 3, 4. Like he kind of might take him around to beat him up a little bit, and then he gets him. But I don't want to take a shot at those because I think he could even get him in round 1 if Dan gives him a bad spot. So yeah, sub plus 360. No problem for me.
Yep. All right, Tim. Off to the Lambo parlays. Tim, mute your mic, please. I will start it off here. I got 2 of them. I got two Lambo parlays. This is a round robin, and I will tell you guys how to round robin this or how to play it. It's Loder and Riley 2-3, but you need to include Naurdiev round 1 with Riley. So it's 6 bets total on this. Break it down however you want, you know, small, a little bit smaller and stuff like that. But it's 6 bets total. It's 2-3, also with Naurdiev round 1, with Riley 2-3. So that's one of them. The other one is Almakhan decision, Ulanbekov decision, and Gaziev decision, 75-1. And then if you add Aliev, it's 146-1. Tim, what do you got?
You got Tagir, Gaziev, and then who was your last one?
Ulanbekov, Gaziev, and Almakhan.
Yep.
And then add Aliev.
Yep. Like that. I have Freeman KO, Aliev points, Yakhyaev KO, Ian Garry decision, and Arman inside the distance is 23-1. And then switch Arman to points, and it's 46-1.
I don't think you've ever given out a 5-legger.
I was thinking the same thing.
5-legger, it's so hard to hit those, dude.
It's so hard to hit them, but I was thinking, like, honestly, I think that those are all very, very likely.
Okay.
The only that's what I was thinking. I was like, I hate 5-leggers, and they almost never hit. But yeah, I think that there's a very good shot that a lot of those hit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could definitely hit. All right. Appreciate everybody. 494 live viewers. We've been on for 1:24. So kind of knocked it out a little bit quick here. It's good. Thank you to everybody. Good luck tomorrow. It's an early card. Again, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It's $25 a month. We're going to go live tomorrow at 8 a.m. my time. Thank you to everybody. Any parting words, Tim?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to everybody. And let's cash those tickets for UFC